we are sure that we shall navigate safely through these turbulent times. The times call for taking full responsibility, as we always have, and ensuring that we put people and country first. In this way, we can confront our challenges, and together we will emerge stronger.
Lord, oh Lord, I cry. Please hear my prayer, and I'll tell you why. Try and help my nation. My request is to conquer all racism. Lord, it means so much to me. We need 5 more years for the people. Free our hearts and our minds from these mental chains of this kid Rowley. Pnm was about money, power and greed, and they never helped to feed the ones who in need of a helping hand. But Kamla have a plan and a vision. These are the days when we can chance tomorrow. Kamala is the way. These are the days when we must come together. People's partnership is the way. 'Cause these are the days. These are the days. These are the days. Let us pray. Father, won't you help us now?
Today, the economy is strong and in good shape. Continued careful management of our priorities by placing people and country first will keep us on a path to growth and progress. I remain steadfast in always listening to the collective wisdom of the people and will continue working to secure your lives and your well-being and to building a better future.
Lord, I'm not asking for much, but the hearts of my people I beg you touch. Lord, before it's too late, Keith Rowley should never see the front of your gate. Pnm irresponsible, and them know that their actions are despicable. Let them know that Kamala wears a crown, and with Kamala beside is where we belong. Pnm destroyed this land, and it's taking a toll, causing history to be unfold. Over 40 years have passed, and still no action. The bottomless pit is where they belong. These are the days when we can chance tomorrow. Kamala is the way. These are the days when we must come together. People's partnership is the way. 'Cause these are the days. These are the days. These are the days. Let us pray. Father, won't you help us
History
now?
will record this period as one of our finest hours when we stood strong, made the right choices, exercised the right amount of restraint, held the right course, and indeed saw the right results. We have the capacity, we have the will, we have the passion to secure our future. We will emerge stronger. May God continue to bless you all, and may God continue to bless
Lord,
today.
the signs were there. Mass corruption was everywhere. And Pnm, yes, is his name. And colder heart left us in pain. Now the only way out is the people's partnership without a doubt. Pnm, they don't have a plan, so they can't govern this blessed nation. September 7th, just be aware the rising sun will be in the air. The trumpet done song, here comes yellow sun. There'll be a new dawn in this land. These are the days when we can chance tomorrow. Kamala is the way. These are the days when we must come together. People's partnership is the way. 'Cause these are the days. These are Miss Kamala.
From the hills of Laventil to the plains of Caroni, we must thank DPP for all they did for we. Captain the partnership did so much for we country. Look around and you will see how they build back TNT. That's why on election day, 7 September, we not vote in PNM. We not vote in PNM. Cause if we vote for them, we gon' be in real problems. 5 more years in the partnership, yes, 5 more years. 5 more years in the prime minister, 5 more years. 5 more years of us and business, 5 more years. 5 more years of better future, 5 more years. Drop a bunch from me, you voted figure. 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 Rowley, I hear you're lying so much. And change your name now to Rowley Maharaj. When BNM rule this country, it must think with money. They spend it recklessly and break the economy. They give up to call the hat, first they feel the stupidity. Now election coming back, they try to frighten me. That's why on election day, 7 September, we gon' vote in PNM. We not vote in PNM. Cause if we vote for them, we gon' be in real problems. 5 more years in the partnership, yes, 5 more years. 5 more years in the prime minister, 5 more years. 5 more years of us and business, 5 more years. 5 more years of brighter future, 5 more years. Drop a bunch from me, you voted figure. 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 Go study Dr. Rowley. That man like he going crazy. His power he fighting so. Lying to Trinbago. He bring out the eagle gate. All the things he fabricated. Out free for power to be prime minister. That's why on election day, 7 September, we not vote in PNM. We not vote in PNM. Cause if we vote for them, we gon' be in real problems. 5 more years in the prime minister, 5 more years. 5 more years in the partnership, yes, 5 more years. 5 more years of us and disaster, 5 more years. 5 more years of better future, 5 more years. Drop a bunch from me, you voted figure. 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 Hey, Rowley, go lick the Obia man go. It'll lick a drop from me go. Dr. Rowley was acting wild. He whining on a little child. The raging bull, why not she? The media and the whole world see. That man is a real disgrace. That man is a total waste. Rowley only playing the game. That's why he should break a jail. That's why on election day, 7 September, we not vote in PNM. We not vote in PNM. Cause if we vote for them, we gon' be in real problems. 5 more years in the partnership, yes, 5 more years. 5 more years in the prime minister, 5 more years. 5 more years of us and business, 5 more years. 5 more years of brighter future, 5 more years. Drop a bunch from me, you voted figure. 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 Rowley, mind your mouth, twist like Ramesh, you know I find you lying. Let me. Who you voted for? What's that disaster? Who you voted for? Partnership. Who you voted for? What's that disaster? Who you voted for? Partnership. Who you voted for? What's that disaster? Who you voted for? Partnership. Who you voted for? What's that disaster? Who you voted for? Partnership.
20 minutes after the hour of 7 o'clock. Welcome to the election platform with yours truly, the Gladiator.
From the hills of Laventil,
Good morning to all and sundry.
we must thank DPP for all they did for we.
Well, you know what I'm going to do?
So much for we country.
Let me just open up the lines,
How they build.
take some calls.
That's why on election day, 7 September, we not vote in PNM. We not vote in PNM. Cause if we vote for them, we gon' be in real problems. 5 more years in the partnership, yes.
And the numbers are
5 more years,
622
5 more years.
9154,
So for that, we say some 5 more years. 5 more years,
628
5 more years.
1158.
Finger drop a batch from me, you voted. Finger drop a batch from me, you voted. Finger drop a batch from me, you voted. Finger.
And for those of you in the US of A,
Change your name now to Rowley Maharaj.
718
When BNM rule,
874
it must think
3860.
they spent it recklessly.
Let me just take some general calls.
They give up to call the hat. First they feel this stupidity. Now election coming back. They trying to frighten me. That's why on election day,
As we just have a few more days for the election day,
we not voting PNM. Because if we vote for them, we gon' be in real problems. 5 more years in the partnership, yes, 5 more years. 5 more years in the Prime Minister, 5 more years. 5 more years of
so give me a call. Head into the market.
yeah, 5 more years. Drop a bunch from you vote.
Good morning.
A blessed good morning, Gladiator.
Hey,
This is the
Chudapuna.
day that the Lord has made. I want to rejoice in it and be exceedingly glad. Gladiators, calling to tell you good morning, and I'm calling to tell you, oh God, how I miss projection 5. I could have feel us of projection 5 in your vein this morning. I ain't lying.
Eh?
Oh God, I'm tired. I'm tired of the politics. I want to hear you got music. Don't put that together. Start the shots, Gladiator. All right?
Well, it's only, Chudapuna, it's only a few more days. It's only a few more days.
God, man, oh God. Give me that projection. Give me that fit tune there, man. Put me aching heart there. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. I'm turning and listening, Gladiator.
All right, Chudapuna.
Prime Minister, 5 more years.
Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Gladiator.
Morning to you, Belmont.
Belmont here.
Yeah.
I am listening to Winston Gypsy Peters.
Yeah.
Great Calypsonian and he is. And he is a great Calypsonian. Saying that he is responsible for putting our Prime Minister there. I mean, total disregard for all the hundreds of thousands of people who voted for this Prime Minister and voted for this EP partnership so that Prime Minister could be in where she is there. Very disingenuous. But I want to tell Gypsy, forget trying to bring down Kamala Prasad's successor. Try to bring yourself, put yourself in a position. Let me say you make yourself, let me see you, Gypsy, make yourself a Prime Minister. Don't try to bring down somebody. Bring up yourself. Show us that you could do it again, but for yourself. This is what I'm requesting of Gypsy. Thank you, my friend. Locked on and listening.
Thank you very much.
7 September, we not voting PNM. We not voting PNM. Cause if we vote for them, we gon' be in real problems. 5 more years in the partnership, yes, 5 more years. 5 more years in the Prime Minister, 5 more years. 5 more years of Passat.
Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Gladiator.
Morning.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Ready? This morning be a peaceful morning. I want to hear music. Not battling, okay, honey?
Who you voting for? Who you voting for? Partnership. Who you voting for? Who you voting for? Partnership. Who you voting for?
622
Voting for partnership.
9154.
Who you voting for? Partnership.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Good morning, caller.
Morning, Gladys.
Hey,
No music. Election right from the corner. Go play music after. Come, Gladdy. Gladdy.
Yes, warrior.
10 o'clock you're going down, sir?
I know as yet.
All right, honey. I'm on my way down.
You on your way down?
Yes, lover.
But let me think about it.
All right, honey.
You have the same old number?
Yes, love.
All right, okay.
Right.
Morning.
Morning, Gladiator.
Morning.
All who can't take the talk, let them pray. Go and pray. Take off all the radio and go and pick up all the Bible. We want to hear no projection 5 this morning. The election done only projection 5. And Gladiator, if this man is not satisfied with all the foul-moutedness that he put out on the platform, but go and put the bill where the monkey put the nuts, and if you attack my dog or go attack your cat, he gone somewhere down in the south sometime yesterday or day before, Gladiator, and bawling about somebody raping somebody with an umbrella and opening it up. I mean, where this man is getting all this kind of sordid, despicable comments to make on the platform. And you notice something, Gladiator, he only goes to the black community and make these kind of remarks, this kind of obscene, foul-mouthed, indecent kind of remarks. So as if black people to run, that is all they're good for. That is what they want to hear. But when he goes down under the palm tree in Westmoreland and Bayshore and all these things, the Queen's language he speaks, he not dare mix up kind of remarks down in those kind of white communities. You understand? Because they are the financiers. It's only in Point 14 in Laventil and Mova Beatam that he goes and talk about all these nasty, stinking, sordid kind of remarks. I don't know what it is going through this man's mind. You understand? You are aspiring prime minister, and this is all that comes out of you. A kind of sickening, like what is sex racing through your mind. I have no problem with sex racing through your mind, but you can't go in African communities, black communities, where young children listen and talk about pushing an umbrella up in somebody and open it and put the bill with the monkey, put the nuts and the licks into waist. Only in African and black people community you go with them kind of nasty, stinking, foul-mouthed behavior, obscene behavior. You have to catch yourself, Dr. Rowley. You understand? You're blamed to be so bright and so intelligent. You have a PhD. But what are you using it to do? So only to go to insult people and to put all kind of nastiness on the platform. Talk something with sense. The same way you go down to these other white communities and pretend them holier than thou. Do the same thing for the people who are putting you in office. It's damn nonsense, no man, Gladiator. This man have no respect at all for nobody. He's foul-mouthed, he's obscene, he's despicable. And it's that we want to talk about this morning. We talk about projection 5. Thank you, Gladiator.
Thank you very much. Hey, good morning, caller.
Good morning, my friend Gladiator.
Morning.
Gladiator, this is Central. Gladiator,
Yes.
you're hot, you know. You're hot. Your mouth open, you're hot.
All right.
I'll pray for power to be prime minister. That's why on election day, 7 September,
622-9154.
because if we vote for them,
608-1158. Good morning, caller.
Hey, good morning, Gladiator.
Morning to you.
I wonder is Kamala ready strap on or Rishmi?
Good morning, caller. All right, that is too much noise on the air, man.
hey, Rowley, go lick the opium and go. It's lick up on the go. Dr. Rowley was acting wild. He whining on a little child. The raging bull, why not she? The media and the whole world see. That man is a real disgrace. That man is a total waste. Rowley only playing the game.
Good morning, caller.
Hey, good morning, guys. Gemini here.
Yes, Gemini.
Oh, I must say, what a wonderful program yesterday, but I'm sorry that I couldn't make it. I was busy because I tell you, UNC and them, I tell you, they have truck here, truck there. I tell you, the people and them come out yesterday and all over. I'm telling you, I done seen it, so now we getting it here. Shower Barataria, UNC all the way.
Okay.
Rowley, mind your mouth, twist like Ramesh, you know, I find you lying. Who you voting for? Who you voting for? Who you voting for? Who you voting for?
Good morning.
Rick Bottom.
Who you voting for? Who you voting for? Who you voting for? Monday, 7 September.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning to you.
For 30 pieces of silver,
Who you voting for? 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 Make sure and remember.
Good morning.
Gladiator.
7 September.
Matt.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning, Gladiator.
Morning to you.
It's after 7 in the morning, and these people get off the bed to start to do this big people, you know.
And you know,
Calling and making some strong remarks. If you don't want to listen, just don't listen to the radio. It has children listening.
thank you.
We must
And the thing about it, you know, look what I've done this morning. I have not stated anything as yet.
look around and do it.
I have not even engaged in an editorial.
Election day.
I have not even commented on a topic or raised a topic.
For the PNM.
And look what happened.
For them, we gon' be in red.
Look what happened. All right.
5 more years in the partnership.
Good morning.
Morning, Glady. More over here. The man who calling to ask about Rashmi. Why you don't go and have Jack Warner? Jack Warner have to go every day to get a lawyer that can for him out.
Thank you.
Show me your voting figure. Drop my back. Show me your voting figure. Drop my back. Show me your voting figure. Drop my back.
Early 7 o'clock in the morning.
Probably I
Yeah?
hear lying so much.
Good morning.
Yes, Mr.
Call back, right? Something went wrong here.
When BNM rule this country, it must think with more.
I just say, let me just open the lines and just take, you know, general calls. Good morning.
Lesbian prime.
They give up to all the heart. First they feel this show baby. Now election coming back.
So it shows clearly
That's why on election day,
that some of the callers,
we gonna vote the BNM.
they just does not want anything to discuss sensibly at all. Good morning.
Morning, sir. How are you? Hello?
Good morning.
Yeah, a man like Jack Warner. Who could trust him, boy? When he coming up with all kind of things, so then he come up with a tape recording. He come up with this. He come up. Nobody should trust him.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. All right. Good morning.
Good morning, Gladiator.
Morning to you.
Morning. Vasan Barra, he should sue Jack for 14 million. And the only, Jack wants to be a prime minister. The only prime minister, Jack had to go up in space and be the leader. You know, Uku from Planet of the Apes. Let him be in that. Thank you.
All right.
We gon' be in real problems. 5 more years in the prime.
You know what? I want all the supporters of the
Partnership.
People's Partnership to call in and, you know, let the nation know how the constituency campaign going. You know, let us know what's happening in your constituency too. Good morning.
Hello, Gladys.
Yeah.
All the support in a soup.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning, Gladiator.
Morning.
Mr. Jack Warner, right? I saw he had an apology in the papers for Aisha Wells in the week, claiming that it was a false statement, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, that really put bubbles through my mind, eh?
That is in the Sunshine newspaper.
Yes, it is in the Sunshine and Wednesday.
Okay.
Now, who's to know that all that he was saying all the time, if that was truth?
Because if you apologizing, that is a false statement that was made in your paper. Then how am I to know that all the stories published in that paper, if they were truth? That has me bubbling because I was voting for the RP, but I am telling you, I cannot. I cannot.
Okay. The views of a voter. Good morning, caller. Morning.
Food for thought. If you have a son, you're a politician, you have a son nobody you know about, and they could hide and they could give funds and then take it for you.
Repeat that question again, if you want.
If you have a son that nobody didn't know about for 40-something years, and he's a politician, and they could give him money and think to start share.
Of course, it is possible, yes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Good morning.
Gladiator, you will allow me I battling for my leader, you know. I battling for my leader.
Well, to the bone, I'm vexed with you.
You understand? But let me tell these people and them. If Jack Mr. Warner could make it false things, I shut in false things. Or don't forget all them partnership people, 29 of them, most of them had false papers. So I tell them, Kamala and Mr. Warner, them teeth son and she DP for she and she teeth fast. So don't come after Mr. Warner because you apologize to Aisha Wells. He simply explained that. You don't come to put Aisha in this mix. Or they try to mix up Aisha, all kind of kakalele. Or they load a little Sunday, I don't want them to pray though. Gladiator, I thought you'd have a nice, calm thing today. But these people, they don't know God, they don't have a relationship with God. Or they pray, man. We need praying, we need politics. Because prayer makes the darkest soul withdraw. It climbs the ladder Jacob saw. It brings exercise to faith and love. And it brings them blessings from above. You cease to pray, you cease to fight people. Oh God, Gladiator, one projection fight back. If I have to pray for project, give me a tune, Gladiator, like some of them talk shows and say tune. Give me a tune, please.
We gonna be in real problems. 5 more years in partnership.
Good morning, caller.
Morning again, Gladiator.
Good morning to you.
When Dr. Rowley goes out in these districts and makes these outlandish statements, and nobody seems to tell him anything, because you see the people, they lap it up. But Dr. Rowley must know, as a leader, he is being projected in the area, in the community, in the Caribbean, in the world, and people is listening to him. And this is why I keep saying Dr. Rowley is not good for, even in the opposition, no part of public office, because he's a total embarrassment to Trinidad and Tobago. So I am saying he should step down, because all those things hanging over his head is not good for us because here is not Gladiator. 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 100 years from now, people will be reflecting on what went on in these days, you know. And that is the sad thing in my country. So I think Dr. Rowe is supposed to step down from where he is in the position he was. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you very much. And in a few seconds, I have some bills to pay. Good morning, caller.
Oh gosh, man, what music she telling me about? Man, we want no music. We want real talk. We want talk. It's election time. What music is there about? What respect, man?
Good morning.
I want all the stop this.
Good morning.
Gladys?
Yes?
Where Barapon bandit?
What's that?
Barapon. The girl Barapon.
Yeah.
And the dog bandit tied in the shutdown tree. Where's she?
Long time. No. She listening. She listening.
Well, let me tell her good morning, because remember when she won the ticket, she used to say, get warrior.
Yeah, okay, yeah. That's your girlfriend.
We not voting PNM. We not voting PNM. Cause if we vote for them, we gonna be in real problems.
You know, this morning, I burned a CD. Let me go and pay some bills. I'm coming back, people. I'm coming back.
not voting PNM. We not voting PNM. Cause if we vote for them, we gon' be in real problems. 5 more years of the partnership, yes, 5 more years. 5 more years of the Prime Minister, 5 more years. 5 more years of us and business, 5 more years. 5 more years of better future, 5 more years.
10 minutes to the hour of 8 o'clock. Well, around 8:30, I'm going to do an editorial, right? So I'm still taking your calls. Let me open back up the lines. 6229154 6281158 and the lines for the US of A 718-874 3860. Good morning. Good morning.
Doctor.
5 more years for us and business, 5 more years. 5 more years for better future, 5 more years. Drop a bunch, show me your voting finger. Drop a bunch, show me your voting finger. Drop a bunch, show me your voting finger. Drop a bunch, show me your voting finger.
Good morning.
Gladiator, I hope Aisha West listening, you know.
I mean to say, long circular.
Yes.
You see for yourself, I have not raised any topic.
Yes.
I have not done any editorial. I've not done nothing at all. And
yes.
without even making a comment on any issue.
Yes.
You see what they are doing?
Yes, and she's the one to say that you're not giving people a fair chance. You're cutting them off. But you hear the kind of behavior this morning already.
Yeah.
And the other night, too, the same day she spoke about it, the same night I listening, is every time they call in, it's the cost, Gladiator, cost. That she ain't hearing that. You're getting a fair opportunity now, call in and discuss the issues.
Yeah.
Say what you have to say, promote your party. An election is a week away. But no, it's only a set of obscenity going on the radio. And all but they don't advertise on this radio, so they don't care about it, Gladiator. If they pull all the ads from this station, they don't do no outside broadcast on this station again. And they want to claim this radio station as a Pnm radio station, but they're not spending a cent here on Ivor George franchise. You understand? Call in and make all your comments and get stuff that you know, like you all are big people, big men and big women. Or all you call in and say nothing sensible, only a set of obscenity. But of course, you go to PNM meeting and you hear the same thing on the platform, Gladiator. So what the hell do you expect? Thank you.
Hey, good morning, caller.
Your guts.
That man is a real disgrace. That man is a total waste. Rowdy only playing the game. That's why he should break a jail. That's why on election day.
Good morning, caller.
Hi, good morning, Gladiator.
Good morning. Good morning to you.
Yeah, Gladiator, I am so disappointed with the behavior of these people. And you know, it's just showing, you know, I am a PNM. I have always voted PNM. However, this election I would not be voting PNM. Right? Because I'm not pleased with the development in my community, which is the
Labre constituency. Okay.
Yeah, they have not only the PP government did some improvement with market and whatever. And I'm pleased with that, with the park and everything. And the PNM has neglected this Labre constituency. So this is the first election I will not be voting for the PNM, right? And if PNM people, right, could come up with some sensible when they call instead of cussing and...
You see, caller, what they are doing, they are turning off the undecided voters.
Yes, they're turning them off.
They're turning them off, and they are doing...
We from a Wajang party.
Yes.
We just young
yes.
leader.
Yes.
That's what they show.
We just bully people.
I'm not a part of that. I'm an educated person, so they just turning me and my whole family off. So let it continue.
Thank you. Good morning.
Gladiator?
Yes.
I got undecided voter. No self-voting PNM.
No problem with that.
Make sure and remember.
This is the period that I open up the lines. And if you want to call to represent your party, represent your party. sit in the pavilion. Morning.
Morning, Gladiator.
Morning to you.
I see the PNM poised to win this election. Regardless of what they say about Rowley, I still vote in PNM.
Okay. Good morning.
Hi, Gladiator. Good morning.
Morning.
I think it's the people callers trying to discredit the PNM callers. They have so much trick.
We could hardly hear what you're saying. Good morning.
Good morning. I too am an undecided voter, and I am voting the People's National Movement.
When Pnm rule this country, it must think with money. They spend it recklessly and break the economy. They give up to call the hat, first they feel the stupidity. Now election coming back, they try to frighten me. That's why on election day, 7 September, we not vote in PNM. We not vote in PNM. Cause if we vote for them, we gon' be in real problems. 5 more years to the partnership, yes, 5 more years. 5 more years to the Prime Minister, 5 more years. 5 more years for Passat Bissassa, 5 more years. 5 more years for a brighter future, 5 more years. Drop up and show me your voting figure. 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 Dr. Rowley, that man like he going crazy. His power he fighting so, lying to Trinbago. He bring out the email gate, all the things he fabricated. Hungry for power to be prime minister. That's why on election day, 7 September, we not voting PNM. Oh, we not voting PNM. Cause if we vote for them, we gon' be in real problems. 5 more years to the Prime Minister, 5 more years. 5 more years to the partnership, yes, 5 more years. 5 more years for Passat Bissassa, 5 more years. 5 more years for a brighter future, 5 more years. Drop up and show me your voting figure. 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 Hey, Rowley, go lick the Obeah man code. It'll lick a drop of Tobago.
Oh boy. That was an exercise. Hey, yes.
Morning,
Good
Gladiator.
morning to you.
This is a first-time caller.
Yeah.
You know what amazed me? At time on the radio, I hear you say that Mr. Rowley, I'm a spiritual fight, and it looks like you're convincing me to vote for Mr. Rowley because now when you say you want a spiritual fight, the fight was so hard that you had to take up the Baptist people to give him a bath. So I say like this man, you know something nice about this man, so you swing my mind in now, you swing back my mind now in the middle now, I don't know what to do. Good day.
Thank you.
God bless you, man.
But then as I said, I'm opening up the lines for people to call in and speak, but not to engage in illiteracy. Oh, come on, man. Good morning. Good morning.
You must say good morning to Glady.
Hey, yes, morning to you.
You're hot. That is the bottom line, you know. Some of them, they can't wait. They can't wait like they go to sleep with you on their mind. They wake up with you on their mind. First, they love you. When you're hot, Gladiator. But I want to ask them a question. If all you could give me a reason, just give Brother Carl a reason why all you're voting for the bareback leader. He don't have a track record. He don't have a track record of helping anybody, any poor black person in the neighborhood. Belmont, Beetham, Laventil, Nova, all they're calling the Gladiator and tell Brother Carl what what the bareback leader ever helped any poor man with. That is all I want to ask you. And if you want to know the record of the black at the bareback leader, just walk down Charlotte Street. For the 5 years he been in office, look at the condition at Charlotte Street. That is the man all you want to vote for. But if you have to vote for somebody, you must have a reason. You must have a track record. Instead of all you call them blast gladiator, instead of that all you calling and having the kind of behavior just like the bareback leader. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And let me tell you, in the 8:30 period, the Gladiators editorial. Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Can you load on the radio? Thank you.
A reason why we want to vote Dr. Rowley, but we have a reason why we want to vote out the PP part.
I don't understand what the person is saying.
Come on, dog.
Good morning.
Brother Carl, what's going on, man? You say you control some gunman come at your car, though.
Good morning, caller.
Hey, Gladiator.
Yeah.
Pnm all the way, boy.
All right. No problem with that. Good morning, caller. Morning.
Morning, Gladiator.
Morning to you.
You got big concern.
It must stick with money. They spent it recklessly and break the economy. They give up to all the hat. First they feel this show baby. Now election coming back. They try to frighten me. That's why on election day, we got vote PNM. We got vote PNM. Because if we vote for them, we gon' be in real problems. 5 more years of the partnership, yes, 5 more years. 5 more years of the Prime Minister, 5 more years. 5 more years of Passat disaster, 5 more years. 5 more years of brighter future, 5 more years. Drop up and show me your voting figure. Drop up and show me your voting figure. Drop up and show me your voting figure. Drop up and show me your voting figure.
Good morning.
Good morning, Gladiator.
Morning.
I listened to these people this morning. I want to know if they're for real, boy. I know the whole hurtful part about it is the leader don't come out and defend them on the radio. I just want to listen sometimes. After all, they defending the leader. I don't hear the leader coming out and defending himself and trying to represent. You understand? I'm from Diego Martin, and honestly, I know I'm upset because I can't see him in Diego Martin up to now walking so that I could talk to him and tell him what is my views and what I really want in our community. And I'm upset about that. You understand? So, have a good day.
Thank you very much. I got a few more minutes. Let me see about 25 more minutes before my editorial. Good morning.
I from Superior and Pamela never do nothing for me.
Good morning. Good morning. What is wrong with some of your phone numbers? Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes.
You know what hurts me a lot? Is that there's only one race that people keep calling and bringing down. I am not hearing the other races calling and making these lewd remarks. If all they don't agree with what Gladiator's saying, just don't listen to the man, that's all. Do what you have to do on September 7th, but I mean, you're calling the radio and you're doing all of this and you're saying all of this. I mean, it's always the black people separate from each other, boys. What we just keep doing, boys? Come on now, let me wake up now, man.
Thank you. Good morning.
Line dog.
Good morning.
Gladiator.
Yes.
Some of these people that calling in really love their leaders. If they do, when they stir you up like that, You just come after your leader. You don't think they would listen to another station? Why listen to Gladiator if he harassing all you? Listen to another station and let the man do what you have to do. You love your leader, giving you a chance to talk and talk. You cut me off, you have to be respectable. What are you doing on fire?
Turabona, if you notice, they have not called in to praise their leader, you know. And that is, but I'm not giving them no ideas at all. I'm not going to give them no ideas at all.
I want to tell a lady just who just call and say you can't know people by the voice who is African in there or what. It has some in there that's a real African voice. We can't point fingers at no particular person. It could be urgent provocateurs to Gladiator. You understand? But they try to ruffle your feathers and who get in the blood clotting. It's Dr. Rowley coming after their leader that they love. Gladiator just leave my leader alone and do what you have to do, you know. This Mr. Jack Austin Warner, I believe the blood of Jesus to cover him this morning.
Thank you to the Hey, good morning, caller.
Good morning, Mr. Ricardo.
Morning.
Well, I would try to make my contribution concerning the reason why I would vote for the PNM. Because I don't think those people are calling on behalf of the PNM, and they're calling on behalf of being upset. I hope you don't mind my contribution this morning. So they're being upset because of you, Mr. Gladiator. They're not upset because of what you say about the political leader, you know, Mr. Gladiator.
Upset about me?
Because of the statement the lady made. They believe.
Upset about me for what?
Well, this is the point I'm making, sir. And then after this, I will make my contribution. They're upset because of the same statement the lady before Mr. Napuna made. Because they believe that a black man is also fighting on another black man and is being paid by a political institution that we know to be racist, Mr. Gladiator. So they are...
No. You said we know to be racist?
That they believe, the African race believe, and I as well as an African man, Mr.
I don't believe what you say. I don't believe what you say. I do not believe what you have just said.
No, well, we can agree to disagree, sir.
Right.
But that is my view. That is why the callers are calling and making those statements against you, sir.
No, the callers who are doing that, one, they are uneducated. Understand? They are also gullible. They don't take chance to study what they wish to do in order to motivate or mobilize other voters to support. 1 minute, please. Other voters to support their party, which is just only in which election is just only a few days away. They are not doing anything to help their party because the PNM right now is in serious danger of losing the election, and they are not doing anything to help in this election. I'm a PNM, but I always tell people I'm a rebel PNM, and I cannot support Dr. Rowley.
Well,
I cannot support him, and not because he's a black man, not because he's an African man. I must say, well, look, he's a black man, he's an African man, and I must support him. But hey, this is your period because I coming up in the you make it not the editorial. No. I'm giving you a chance because we have other people on the line who wish to say what they want to say, right?
Just will take me 1 minute, sir, because I allowed you your attitude. So could I?
No. I'm the host of this program, right? But I'm allowing you, understand? As I said, to make a contribution, but not your editorial. Come on.
No, a short contribution. I was just making as a
you go ahead because you sound intelligent. I like intelligent discussion, you know.
Well,
go ahead.
My contribution will be this. I heard the Prime Minister said to Dr. Rowley at one time, she was making a statement about developing Laventil. And he said, well, that was the plan of the PNM. And you told us that we were being racist and so forth. She said, well, if you didn't have the particular fortitude to do it, I am going to do it. And with that, I looked at the Prime Minister totally different. And today we see the same people in Laventil complaining that they are not being representative. And that is one of the reasons why I would vote for Dr. Rowley. I remember Dr. Rowley was the only man in the cabinet at the time to stand up against Collar Hart, not on the basis of corruption, on the basis of what they call writ bidding. Right? So that means we had 5 people from the same organization bidding for a particular contract.
We didn't say that there was stealing going on within the country.
We have about 5 seconds to go because we have some discipline.
These are the reasons why I decided to.
From the hills of Laventil to the plains of Caroni, we must thank DPP for all they did for we. The partnership did so much for we country. Look around and you will see how they build back TNT. That's why on election day, 7 September, we not vote the CNN, we not vote the PNM, cause if we vote for them, we gon' be in real problems. 5 more years in the partnership, yes, 5 more years. 5 more years in the Prime Minister.
16 minutes after the hour of 8 o'clock. Coming up at 8:30, the Gladiators Editorial. So let me just go back and take some calls. 622-9154, 628-1158. And for those of you in the US of A, 718-874-3860. Good morning.
Morning, Gladiator.
Morning. Lower the radio.
Yeah, lower it down. Give me a minute.
Yeah.
Okay, Gladiator.
Yeah.
Now, like you, I like to say, I am a PNM. I'm a PNM for life. Now, I also have some questions about my leader. Okay? There are some particular things about Dr. Rowley that I don't like. But I would like you to give me a reason why I should put the People's Partnership back into power for another 5 years. I want you to put that in your editorial.
No, caller.
You should put them back.
Caller.
Have a pleasant day, Gladiator. I'm locked on and listening.
Thank you.
Stop talking.
Caller, your vote is your conscience. I cannot tell you who to vote for. When I speak on my own behalf. You get it? So I cannot tell you who to vote for. Okay, so that's the answer. Good morning, caller.
Morning, Gladiator.
Morning.
Gladiator, Dr. Rowley has been making so much reckless decisions from early part of his life straight to this point. And it all involves female persons, man. You know what I mean? The man just keeps making reckless, and even in Anika Gums' case, I want to ask Dr. Rowley, had Anika Gums agreed to his offer, would he have had her physically at his home, saying that he was all prepared and ready for her? And the next thing, when he touched Anika Gums on her back, was it to impress the guards and them, or the men and them that he had just licked down Anika inside the house? That is how I see in Dr. Rowley action when he touched her on the back, was to leave an impression on the men and them, who probably the security, that he was able to successfully mash up inside the house. And was he the prank caller that Anika Gum was receiving? And he was probably building up the courage to invite you home and just calling and hanging up and calling and hanging up. Thank you.
Thank you very much. An opinion being expressed by a caller. Good morning.
Next week,
good morning.
Morning, Gladiator.
Morning to you.
Gladiator, let me attempt to answer that last before question there about why reasons to vote for this government. Now, we had a government in place, the PNM government.
And you're the right person to do that.
Yes. We vote a party in power. We didn't vote now. They got in government by proxy because it's the president who put them in power in 2001. From 2002 to 2010, you put a party in power to work for the people, to develop the community, to develop the country. And I don't want to hear about the PNM develop this country since 1956. That's Eric Williams and them time. Forget that. Not because the West Indies team used to be good in the 1970s and 80s, mean that you go and put $1,000 for Dinesh Ramdin and Bravo and them to win any match. Because that ain't going to happen. So forget the brand name. We're talking about the PNM and the people who are in charge of the PNM at the time. So you had 9 years of Patrick Manning from 2001 to 2000. How did they spend the people's money, Gladiator? How did they spend the people's money? They invested $3 billion, Gladiator. $3 billion in something called a gas, a liquid plant that went down the drain. Nobody in Laventil, Mova, Beatham ain't get a roof change. They then spent over $3 billion in the smelter plant. Again, nobody ain't get a box drain in the community. Over $3 billion go. And let me tell you, Gladiator, those two matters we went to arbitration, and the government won those arbitration. In the last case, we got back $17 million in costs. Then they spent Lara Stadium started off at $275 million. That was the estimated cost. It ended up costing $1.2 billion, Gladiator. Up to the day it is standing there as scrap iron. They wanted to build a petroleum headquarters. $176 million later, Gladiator. I passed it about a few months ago. It's still standing as a frame, scrap iron. They spent $500 million in a pre-feasibility study. Observe me, pre-feasibility study, not a feasibility study. $500 million is now in a box of scrap paper in the Ministry of Works. They bought a boat for $50-something million, Gladiator. It never sailed a day coming boat on them. They spent over $700 million trying to build the Scarborough Hospital. Up to the day they couldn't finish it. It's this government had to come and spend hundreds of millions after they finish it. You understand? That is how they spend these people's money. Nearly $20 billion. All the projects that they complete. The Hyatt, the Napa, the Sapa, all of them run into billions of dollars in cost overrun. They spent $30 billion building a Guanapo church for somebody named Pena. The political leader, the Prime Minister, took to Benny Hinn, and Benny Hinn called him a foolish man, saying that she's a great inspiration to me and my government. I take her everywhere I go. Who was paying for those trips? But they want to talk about the Prime Minister's sister going away with her, That the Integrity Commission recommended that the post be legislated for her being the first Prime Minister. You didn't even talk about that. But they didn't talk about Juliana Pena. They had plans to build a $25 million bungalow behind that church for Juliana Pena. They spent $12 million Gladiator in upscaling a UTT apartment for Juliana Pena. Who the hell is Juliana Pena? Meanwhile, water remained at 18%, 24/7, 18%. This government has taken it up to 75%, Gladiator. They built 1.5 police stations in 9 years. This government in 5 years built 8 police stations, state of the art. They built $22 million. They gave some Korean company some $40 or $60 million to build early childhood center. They built 22 and absconded with all the rest of the money. This government has built only 60 early childhood centers all over the country. 19 primary schools, 9 secondary schools. They built the children's hospital, the San Fernando Teaching Hospital. The work on the Arima Hospital was already started. The Point 14 Hospital already started. The highway to Point 14 almost complete. The highway to Indigo Martin complete. The Arima bypass complete. And Gladiator, the list goes on and on and on. I know you have to go to editorial. Because if I continue talking about the achievements of this government, I will go past the editorial. Over and over, raise pensions twice, raise minimum wage twice, raise disability grant, all the social welfare grants gone up, settled over 130 wages and salary negotiation. That is how they spend the people's money. The people's money went back to the people. Everybody got money. Children's Life Fund, the baby milk grant, the Children's Life Fund, Gladiator, nobody had to go and ask for a cake still and bake still. You get up to $1 million to go across, to go overseas and get it. And just now they're going to stop with the Children's Hospital. You have the aquatic center, the tennis center, the cycling velodrome, all going to open just now, Gladiator. The UV campus in the Bay. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. That is how you put a government in power, and that is how you expect them to perform. Don't talk about roads paving, don't talk about box drains, don't talk about highways being built and make traffic easier. All these things they do. When you put a government in office and they do that, and let me tell you this, Gladiator, before I go, no cost overrun. Those two words have been moved from our dictionary in Trinidad and Tobago. But that was the mantra of the PNM in the last 9 years, prior to 2010. Cost overrun. Everything is cost overrun. You have never heard those two words. Only Dr. Rowley trying to bring it up, lying and say that cost overrun in some building they built in Shagwana. Damn lie. No cost overrun. All projects coming within time and within budget. When you put a government in office, that is how you want to see them perform. They do the work of the people. They reach everybody in every constituency constituency. Every constituency, Domingo Martin, the St. Peter's Primary School, the health center, the Broadwalk, the fishing depot, all these things, $19 million the PNM spent on that fishing depot in Caranage, and they couldn't finish. This government is doing it. They built over 12 fishing depots all over the country. I know they built over 12. The people behold Blanchisse's role. Every area, every constituency, no discrimination. Every constituency, they spend the people's money for the people of Trinidad and Tobago. That is development, unprecedented in the history of this country. And you're coming to tell me now what the reason for it. You're coming to say, well, live sport. One project alone, this feasibility study cost over $500 million. You coming to tell me about live sport? There are 2,000 young black men who were eating 2 meals a day. They were being trained. One man, they say, allegedly went with $34 million. That has been investigated. That is not being swept under the carpet. It has been investigated. What else could you point a finger at this government and say they did not perform for? Nothing. But you're coming to tell me about why you must vote for it. This is the reason, because you put a government in power to vote for you, to work for the people of Trinidad and Tobago, and they have responded. Why are you going to move this government now to put back PNM? Because you tell me someone will wish me and Post 34 that nobody benefited from. Nobody escaped the law because of Post 34. Rishmi law lasted all of 2 days before she was removed. What are you speaking about? It's just race, and you feel that the PNM is the best thing since sliced bread, and you use a PNM till you're dead, and you must vote PNM. If you are patriotic, if you are nationalistic, then you want to see the improvement of this country and development of this country from nursery to tertiary, old people, young people, middle class, working class, you will go religiously and vote for the People's Partnership Government. Thank you, Gladiator.
Boy, a mouthful.
That's why on election day,
an encyclopedia of information justifying why you should vote for the PPP. Now, I told the person I cannot answer that for him. I am not a member of the UNC. I'm not a member of the COP. I'm a member of the PNM. And my issue on national radio is that I am not voting for the PNM. But let me hold back that because, I have a few more minutes before I go into my editorial because you all know I just take a length of time. So let me give the callers the chance to say their piece. I only have about 3 more minutes.
Yeah, morning. Let me tell you something why I would not vote for this government. You see that divine echo, that band of young, talented people that this government take away food from the mouth, young African black people who got this government take away from the mouth. That is one thing. If I would not vote back this government, you see for that reason, I'm not supporting this government. And Long Circular could only come and talk because he is one of the people who come on this radio station and boast about it. Them who start corruption when he collect a URPP and never work. So that is why he goes support this government, because he supported corruption.
Thank you. Good morning. All right, this will be the last call before I go into my editorial. Good morning.
Yes, morning, sir.
Yeah.
King David in the Bible, was he disqualified from being a king with the situation with Bathsheba? Yes, I'm asking you the question.
Thank you, caller. How old was Bathsheba, boy? Let me put him like the Barry. How old was Bathsheba?
Bathsheba was a big woman. She was an adult.
No. I think Bathsheba was 13 years old.
She was going to school or what?
I think she was 14 years.
But even and David repented for that and asked for forgiveness?
No. I studied the age of Bathsheba.
Oh.
Yeah. I tired telling people don't come with Bible. But
around we.
That we pet subject.
That we pet thing. I don't know what make them feel that it's too dance they're dealing with. They bounce in the head.
I don't listen to some of these fly-by-night people who. Oh. when I'm ready, well, you could be able to play it. All right, okay. Well, massive. I tell you, the road march for the election. Boy, Barry, I hear a lot of Pnm Calypsonians bringing CDs for the partnership, Barry. You hear that?
Yes, but so
much Pnm because I hear the show bust.
Randy had to cancel because nobody.
But the one in Arima canceled too, you know.
It's canceled already?
Yeah, the one in Arima, they said nobody buying tickets at all.
My God.
And the one for the Jimbe complex cancelled, gone through.
It must happen.
And now what I hear, I hear some prominent Pnm Calypsonians. They go on by partnership with CDs and say, look, to hell with Pnm. This is
well, when I saw a certain manager in the studio here recently, just within this week here, I know something wrong.
Okay, let me get into my editorial. Massive. And they all know who they're voting for on the 7th. Tell him it, Massive. Of the Republic, we have a mere few days to go for Monday, September the 7th. Today's editorial is going to touch a lot of people. Because it's going to bring back some memories. Bring back some great memories. But today's editorial is about the destruction of the Africans in Laventil by my political party, the People's National Movement Party. I have listened on the radio station on diverse occasions. I have listened to the Black Caucus. I have listened to the Black Agenda hosted by David Mohammed. And it touched me when I hear deceitful people engage in so-called African consciousness. Little do they know that when they speak with a forked tongue. There are those who call on this radio station. There are those who call on a morning program hosted by a prominent Pnm activist. There are those who talk African talk, but they fail to understand the destruction of the black community, the African community by the People's National Movement, my party, because of people with their own personal ego to not develop the African community. In 2006, an African minister, being motivated by the Prime Minister then, Patrick Manning, to help the African people in the community. But that African minister was fought down, trampled upon by other African ministers in the Pnm cabinet. When I come on national radio and I tell people that I know all about the inside of the Pnm party because I was there, I partake. I was in the bosom, and I'm still in the bosom of the Pnm party. I know in and out. And when I tell people that Dr. Rowley is unfit to be this country's next prime minister, people doesn't understand. They ask the question, Gladiator, why you say that? Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley, the bareback leader, does not like black people. He does not like African people. Fitzgerald Hines, another failure of the African people in Laventil, does not like poor black people. Today is living testimony. I was motivated and moved by the Spirit of Almighty God to release what I'm about to release. And from next week, I'm going to release more. Because Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley, the bareback leader, is a very, very, very destructive leader. On the 3rd of September 2006, some African community leaders came together because they wanted to end the gang warfare in Laventil. Many of you might have forgotten that period. Back then, I worked at Power 102. Sean Francis was one. Fresh was one. Crook was one. Mohammed Shabazz was one. Twiggy was one. The Sandy brothers, they were there too. Dr. Keith Rowley was invited, but chose not to attend. He never attended. He said, leave them there, let them kill out themselves. I have some bills coming up. So when they come up, I'm going to play them. These people, they call them gang leaders. They call them community leaders. They live a life of crime. But they wanted to end living a life of crime. They wanted to transform the whole of Laventil. But the people who was in Patrick Manning's cabinet didn't want no part of it at all. person who made every attempt to transform Laventil was Roger Boynes. The public must know the truth. They playing games with African people. Pnm Gladiator was there. Barry Garcia was there. And they came to Gladiator. Some of you people who calling on the radio station does not know my history. But I sympathize with you all because you all don't know better at all. And they came to Power 102. And they asked me to lead and be a part of this movement to change Laventil. David Mohammed, he was there. And I recall on September the 3rd, the whole of Laventil came down. Jaja was there with the drums. Vision and Mission was there. Archbishop Monica Randu was there. And when we call on the Pnm leaders, we call on Dr. Kid Rowley to be a part of this demonstration, a peaceful demonstration where African criminal leaders, they came together to end the gang warfare. And that man who want to say that he want to be the next prime minister, he said let them kill out themselves. People does not know who they're dealing with, you know. But let me start. It's going to touch plenty of y'all. But dead men speaking today. Because they are the ones who try and they beg. They went on bending his begging for your lines to change Laventil. Patrick Manning said he want a change in Laventil. And Patrick Manning went all the way and instructed Roger Boynes, help those people. I want the whole of Laventil to transform. But Manning was fought down within the cabinet by Rowley, by Imbut, by Fitzgerald Hines. All of them who are here right now playing games with the Pnm people and playing games with African people. Let's hear who they kill.
Gladiator, right? Listen what I do. I hear all kind of talk to a gladiator, right? Listen what I do. I is a man of peace with my heart. In my pocket right now at $9,000. I now take this out of the bank, which the members here give me to buy a DJ setup. Right? So you don't know where is my seat. Listen this. I hear all kind of people talk, right? Unity, strength, and strength is power. I hear them talking about how this happened and how this happened and how this happened. And I listen to everybody, right? A rotten apple, there's only spoil the bunch. If you lead an apple to rotten on the rest. If you remove that rotten apple, all the rest of the apple will stay good and get rotten on their own. The mistake we make in Laventil here, listen this, everybody is human being, right? Before this war, all of it was one. What caused the war? The same rotten apple, right? Here I come in the war because I hear everybody talking about the war. I never talk about this since we all the meeting, right? But I hear everybody talking about this now. A man stand up down, so which is ducks, because we talking plain now, right? But 8 men with gun in John, with John don't be on no war. 8 men, hot sun, I let them know what they're doing there. They say they're waiting on Beverly Hills men. I let them know they go from there. Or they can't wait in Georgia to kill no Beverly Hills men. The next day, when I drive in with my car, with my gal at the side, I see a gunman fall long on the ground with a gun in his hand. When I look across, waiting to see we see why no me worry nobody, which is ducks. He get back up, raff up the gun, and running coming on to me. When I scratch out, don't go to break the light end up coming on green one time. No, I hear all kind of people talk about who advance to the son and who shoot child, right? It's them start a thing. And I wasn't on the war. The reason why in war is because I was defending Beverly Hills because blockade was unjust. And we come to a point now where we want to cool it. And if you ain't got blockade here right now because you're Kishon, you're Hap, you're here, you're there, you're here, right? Personally, right? Beverly Hills, always cool. With John, and we are reasoning. Don't care what government, we just reason it out, right? Everything is not in God. If you understand what I'm saying, blockade is right there. All these people got in here right now, stating peace. And when they leave, if blockade, we're going on with blockade is right there. We must call him blockade. Kishon all men from all far come in. Right? So somebody must come over from blockade right now and represent blockade. They call for everybody and we want blockade right now. Forget all what that go on and who try to shoot who, cause that don't go on. Who in jail, go come out of jail. And remember, when a man lock up a man for murder, you can't bail him, and we don't want to kill no witness. So all you can do is lock back up a man, and that is fair. So the lock up part, we will deal with that because them lock up men first. You understand? So I don't want to come live on the radio and talk as that stupidness for the world to hear as that truth it is. It's real that happen, right? Even if you ain't calling blockade, let me let everybody know something. All the peace, wait hard. People was frightened at the peace because they say men only breaking it. You see this peace, you don't dread this peace is. I want the world to hear this. You see all these women and thing here, all who is Muslim, non-Muslim, Rastafari, all always one. For the day of judgment day, it's not a Muslim and no Baptist. It's how you live, you will have to answer. Right? And unity, strength and strength is power. Let me tell you something. You see, if anybody violate after today, all you have to make this oath, everybody as one supposed to deal with them. Yeah, man. Right? Anybody anything to say against that, they will come and talk. So don't feel there's no advantage thing and this and that. Right, Gladiator? Nice.
That is the voice of Crook. And you know, when they came to me, all of them came to Paul 1 or 2. And they begged me. They say, Gladiator, we want you to be a part of history. I told them, I am not going to be a part of this peace treaty unless they are serious and they want to change and transform Laventil. And I was taken into several areas in Laventil. And when we appeal and we send out invitation to Pnm government ministers, this wicked evil leader, this wicked evil man called Rowley, let him kill out himself. And you want to be the leader of this country, you want to be the prime minister of this country, and Patrick Manning wanted to transform Laventil. And look what happened. You allow them people to continue in crime, live a life of crime. I only want to use them among election time. Barry, it was not easy at all.
Daddy, I was there.
It was not easy.
Daddy, I was there.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was there, Gladdy, and I was mad. I could remember going to Balize House on a Wednesday and met with Mr. Manning and told him that they're going to broker this peace treaty. And he told me go ahead and to give him a feedback. And when Apais was there in the room and Apais said don't go and promise them anything, and I said no, I'm not going to promise them anything. I want to hear what it is they want to do for themselves, among themselves. And we were there, Gladiator, and we had a loud, everybody came together with one common understanding. You know what hurt me in that? When Mr. Manning mandated them to work with these people, to get them to walk away from the life they was living, because they didn't really want to live that life anymore.
They didn't want to.
Because they want to come out of the cold. They wanted to come out of the cold. They wanted a chance
to Barry. I'm telling people because I'm sure a lot of people who are listening. My friend Tuna Puna, I know she's crying right now because she's hearing the voice of Crook. Because she was
Scott.
She was
Alias Crook.
But let me continue. have all of them here because I told them I am going to go throughout Laventil, all over in Laventil, but I'm going to record your voice for living testimony. I told Fitzgerald Hines, I told Patrick Manning, I told Roger Boynes, because he was earmarked. He was earmarked to do it.
I'm glad he was giving his heart and soul.
Roger Boynes,
and they fight him down in cabinet.
Roger Boynes cried in front of me. I told Roger Boynes because all them community leaders came to me to say, Gladiator, you have to make this thing happen. And I say, well, I only making this thing happen if all is serious. If you all serious, because I sit down, I will not sit down, I stand up and I talk to all of them. And I saw some people there who was willing to give up a life of crime. And I told Roger Boynes, I, not Patrick Manning, I am the one who told Roger Boynes, treat these people like gentlemen. Don't treat them like nothing at all, like scums. I said the next meeting we must have must be at Crown Plaza. I, Gladiator, told Roger Boynes that the next meeting we must have with the community leaders must be at Crown Plaza. I said, if we ain't having that there, I was no part of this peace treaty. And I said that in front of all of them. And Roger Boynes said, well, you know, I'm getting fight down. I said, you go back to them. And I cuss in front of Roger Boynes. I said, you go back to them and tell them, I, Gladiator, say, so. I'm not going further unless the next meeting is at Crown Plaza. And he went, and Roger Boynes called me and said, Gladiator, you're not easy. The meeting is at Crown Plaza. Fix the date, fix the time. And we're going to treat every one of them as family and as human beings. And as human beings. Let's hear this next man here.
Remember, there's a very ticklish situation because you have people who in the jail system as well too. But Kiza, Gladiator, you remember, there's a very ticklish situation because you have people who in the jail system as well too. But Kiza, you understand, in the jail for somebody paying them the dogs and them in the jail for somebody paying them the and so on and so on and so on. But you can't have peace without justice. You understand? Man had to clear the heart from this thing. Only jail they had to go. The fellas had to come out of the jail because they did because a man put them there, not because they do the crime. A man cause this is after war they call it. You understand? And these is victims of that. So them have to come out of the jail without peace. There's no justice. You understand? And these is the by these brothers really get with the next party. They want their brethren and them out of the jail. You understand? So man had to meet halfway on the board. You understand? Man had to come and meet the brothers, negotiate the differences, and get them man. That's the only way it can work for them man to come out the jail. So if Kisa is really all the brethren, all the foot forward, all the foot, and all the best effort to meet them man halfway for the sake of Kisa.
We want the police, we want the Minister of National Security to know, we want the police and them to come and sign peace for the aiding and abetting and paying man in jail.
That was Cohen Philip Fresh.
Yes, and who was the Minister of National Security or the Junior Minister of National Security?
Fitzgerald Hines.
Okay.
And he was mandated to do prison reform system. He was mandated to work in those communities.
Let me tell you, I'm going to expose them 1 more week before election. And this wicked, evil man called Rowley, you playing that you love black African people? When I tell people, I can never like him. He's a hater and an evil man. Because he didn't want to be a part of transforming Laventil. Let's hear this one. So the last one was Fresh.
Yeah.
He dead. The first one
was Croc. Sheldon Scott, he dead.
Let's hear Chocolate.
Let me tell you something hurting me today, you know. Because let me tell you something, I know Bill Francis, I know Kojo, I know Chris Bulls, I know everybody. And me and plenty of them brothers, we eat together, we sleep together, we do wickedness together. I ain't ashamed to say that. And I make a prison. You see that jail where I make? You see that jail where I make? Watch me. I was only thinking about wickedness because unjust thing do to me while I was in prison. And I think about evilness, I stop praying, all kind of thing. And certain brothers come to me and say, boy, chocolate boy, want to you, boy. Regardless of what you have to pray, boy. You have to pray, boy. Let me tell you something, brothers and sisters. This might not happen to plenty all, it might happen to few all, it might happen to all it. It has something called conscious and subconscious. You know what I'm showing you? And when I was thinking evil, when I was incarceration, where they call it Little New York, for local New York, that is jail. You know what I'm showing you? God show me something. He said, watch your past. And I started to see my past in the vision. And see all the wickedness I was doing. And he said, here, what going on? Watch that face that is in the vision. That face go do you something. And watch this face, it go do you something. And he leave me here standing up still. You know why he leave me here standing up still? The little bit of goodness, I only saying that I could be wrong. The little bit of goodness I might have in my heart is why God spare me and grant me to be here today. You follow what I'm showing you? And all who do me, I see the face before it happened. And when the first time it happened, my own brother tried to kill me. My own brother, you know, who I take care of him, you know. Understand the level of showing you, you know. I take care of him. If I $10, I give him $5. And him take chain up and try to execute me. But God leave me here still. And the whole of Laventil know me. I deal with the good, the bad, and the evil. I was living a life, watch me, it wasn't easy. There are certain time in my life and thing, I lived that life and I really didn't like people and thing. I didn't know it's really love and thing. I'm telling all you. I talking to man, I tell them to call me today, you know. Don't call me, you know. Because I will talk the truth, you know. You know? But they know it's love, you know. You know what I'm telling you? And when you see them destruction happen to me and thing, what's me develop and loving me, you know. Because you were going on. Everyone always stand up there. It's me. Eyes all you. And when I kill all you, when I kill any one of all you, I kill myself. Because I benefit nothing. Not only gain me nothing. I gain only nothing. And let me say something now to Mr. Manning and his admin. Go say something, you know. It go hurt the hearts of people, you know. It go hurt the heart of the government, you know. But is it true? Is it true? Let me say something now. When I was a little boy in my mother and my father's house, and there's a truth there, and all you know that. Because all they grew up on that PNM. Regardless of UNC and Jack and Enya, all they grew up on that PNM. I go tell you what they grew up on that PNM. I challenge anyone all here now to tell me that all your parents growing up, in tell all you, if all you only bad talk PNM, I slap in your face, you can't no food. Chocolate, you can't get better food if you only bad talk PNM. And let me say something, brothers and sisters. I was out here when UNC, I'm about talking truth. I was here when UNC win the election. And I ain't dealing with no race thing. I'm not no race man. I ain't dealing with that. Respect to the white man, respect to the Indian, respect to the Coco Pile. Who here is respect? When UNC come in power, I didn't get in jail yet. UNC help the people. UNC help money in the poor ghetto. But here we go now. We have some wicked people amongst we. They have white man heart. They have the heart of a devil. So they hold on everything. So you find out it will reach somebody poor mouths on them. So they say, UNC help nothing, we want UNC blah 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 blah. Now what's it here going on here now? This is an African government. This is an African government we are here. And we put this African government in power. Not under no race thing or no malice. But I find that Patrick Manning and something, eh? Let me tell all the black people something, eh? Let me tell all you something. Plenty all you here, all you stupid like myself, you know. I stupid too, you know. I stupid too, you know. So don't feel that I'm watching all that segregating thing that I smart and all this stupid. I stupid too because I was in darkness. I was in darkness too. You dig what I'm showing you? Listen to me. Look how much unemployed youths it have in Laventil, the Beatum, John, these places, all the community, the poor, depressed areas. We have a lot of youths. They ain't working, they ain't doing nothing. CFEP really can't mind a man. URP can't mind nobody. Let me tell you something. URP is a Down syndrome work. I ain't afraid to tell all I eat from it, you know. I eat from it. But URP is a Down syndrome work. That is a work to hold down black people. That is a mental slavery work to incarcerate your mind. And Mama Gayo with 565 and 564 and 563. The money keep decreasing, it and raising. You understand what I'm saying? But let me tell you something now. Let me tell you something. The greatest war to fight and win. You ain't losing with this war. You know? This war is a winning war. You know? You see, anytime African people could come together and say, you know what they're saying? You know what you're saying, eh? You know what you're saying, eh? You know what you're saying, eh? Harry, you know what's going on? The shit I on. Me saying you want shit, you have to know you want shit. I am shit. And I rest down my gun against you. You free to pass here, and I free to go where I want. Me ain't pulling no gun against you. Well, let me tell you something now. Let me tell you something. It's from PNM, UNC, and Jack, everybody. The Syrian committee is the government. The Syrian committee is the mafia. You hear me telling all you? Black people is not no mafia. Black people bring in no tons of cocaine. Black people don't bring in no guns. You hear me telling you? How the guns just come in? Now me and here to tell all you, we're going to stop bringing guns and we're going to stop bringing cocaine. That is a work for Mr. Manning, the Minister of National Security, the Attorney General. That is a work for me and you. But we don't bring in nothing. You follow what I'm saying? Let me say something. When you see black people come together and we stop killing one another, I ain't talking by mouth, we talking by heart. Because the first peace is in a man's heart, not by your mouth. Because I can say peace now, you know. And later on tonight I send 2-3 of my soldiers and them to gun down the man. And then in the morning I ball him, but who do that? But we know sign peace today, and the man, somebody die and we camp, and all kind of bullshit. You understand what I'm saying? We don't want a part of that. We deal with peace on the heart. And when we deal with peace on the heart now, me ain't gonna kill you and you ain't gonna kill me. You follow what I'm saying, you know? And here what happened to the Syrian community now. They had two choices, we go boil down to one. And here was the two choices and they're going and boil down to one. Well, you know they're together now. You know they're fighting again. So who they going to watch now? They're going to watch me. They're going to watch me. That's what they're going to say. And you know what's going on? You know what they're going to say? You know what they're going to say? You know what they're going to say? You know what the rest going to say? You know what the rest going to say now? You know what the rest going to say? The rest going to say, well, let me run. And here the next half, when we go run and go Syria, we are making money in Syria. We're making all the money in Trinidad. Yeah, we're making all the money in Trinidad here. So here what we got to do, we got to give back. And I'm telling all you, we are talking about a war with guns, you know, or cutlass and knife, you know. Talking war with this. This. Not this. Go study this.
I hold him back the rest for next week. More to come. And you all can see clearly, Barry, that this is not yesterday. This clipping, this recording was done in 2006. It was done in 2006.
When I hear those voices, right, I get very emotional because you know why? I was part and parcel and working with these men. And I must say a pleasant good morning to just the one man I want to call out who helped me along the way in working with these fellas, I want to call out Ray Braffett. I want to call out Ray Braffett because Ray Braffett and Kwesi Atiba used to be assisting me, and I want to call out Gart Arno from his swim because I remember they used to go help me go the distance to try to reform these young men and them.
Yeah, this year, hold it here. When we come back with Sean Francis, we come back with Kojo, we have more to come. 15 minutes after the hour of 9 o'clock. And to my friend Tunapuna, it was not intended for you to make you cry because I know it bringing back memories. The years when PNM, genuine PNM activists went all the way out to bring about peace in Laventil. Maki Padmore was there too. Maki Padma was so dedicated. Twiggy was there. And Twiggy cried among all them leaders. It was a day when leaders came out and they were speaking their mind. I told them I am recording everything they say. Because down the road, it must be living testimony that every attempt was made under the PNM administration to clean up Laventil, to transform Laventil. Black African community leaders. All I want to tell me about blackness, all I want to tell me about Africanness, when it's we African government ministers. That same man, Rowley, Camille Robinson was there. Fitzgerald Hines was there. I'm coming up with you just now. He's also in the recording. They use the people of Laventil and kept them in that state because every time leaders in Laventil decide to transform Laventil, it is the same black African PNM ministers who ensure that nothing happened towards the development of Laventil. But this week coming up, the public must hear everything what Chocolate was talking about. Let me go to Sir as he introduced Sean Francis. Yes, I'm getting all the texts. People are feeling affected. Some people are crying when they hear the voices because many people came out, Barry. Thousands of people came out in that march, and I have pictures of it. Because I led the demonstration. I said we must start from Independence Square. And we walk around the Banana Promenade. And we walk the hills of Laventil. We walk the hills of Laventil. And at every stop, we made several stops. And we bless and we pray. We went down on our knees and we pray. I mean, could you imagine you seeing community leaders, men we call criminals, came together, all for the sake of changing Laventil. Peace. It's not the UNC that mess up Laventil. It's the PNM. And some of these people has played the one that cost me because they know better. They wasn't there. And again misled by a set of people who don't even know what they're talking about. Some of them newcomers who was never there at all. Some of them, the time they were spending in certain hotel room, they could have spent it among the people. Let's continue with the editorial here. Let's go to Sir Selwyn Sandy introducing Sean Francis.
One of the most crucial parts of this whole segment would be at this time now. We the elders ourselves And we had spoken far and wide. But what we would like to hear now is the young men and what they have to say. We ain't bluff with this thing today. We say we're bringing out the youths in the community.
And the program continues here up at St. Barb's, Laventil. I'm Laventil Hill at the Peace March. And scheduled up next, there are a number of young men who are young men in street organizations, or some would say gangs, who have been signing a peace treaty among themselves. And many of the different leaders within the community have gotten many young men under the influence to come out to participate in this peace treaty, and many of them are scheduled to come on and express their desire for peace within their communities. Of course, you're listening to a live broadcast on Power 102 FM from the basketball court up at St. Barb's in Laventil, and this is being brought to you by the courtesy of the Ministry of Community Development. And you're currently hearing the platform here up at the basketball court. So let's go back to the stage.
Mr. Sean Francis. And when I bring on Mr. Sean Francis here today, my part of this segment all over. So I want to thank you for listening, as I hope to see you again. Brothers and sisters, thank you for your listening. I gone because I come and now I go.
Thank you, Mr. Selwyn Sandy. First, I'd like to say to God be the glory. Because without God, nothing is possible. Nobody will not be here today if they didn't have that confidence in God and know that God lives and God is alive and well. Right? So after acknowledging God, I'd like to acknowledge the community of Laventil and all the residents, all my brothers and sisters and mothers and fathers, and the ministers, Ms. Yolili James, Mr. Roger Boynes, Mr. Fitzgerald Hines, Mr. Jack Warner, Mr. Trevor Sayers, the Gladiator himself, and all the elders, Mr. Sandy Jaja, all the young ones. And Mr. DeFosto, just take down the music a little bit, please. And Minister David Mohammed, Mr. Baka, and all the elders. There are so many names to call. But the most important thing is that we want to represent the unity at this junction. So all the people up there in the houses, I want all to touch one another. And everybody here, I want everybody to grow off and touch one another. Let true unity reflect. Let true unity reflect. Touch your neighbor. Over there in the pavilion, touch somebody. Everybody touch somebody. Let me represent unity. Touch somebody, man. Touch somebody. Yeah, man. Reflection of unity. Well, indeed, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be here as a Laventilian to fight this struggle. I came with something prepared, but as a man, love to speak from my heart. Because I know to bring about change, you must deal with the condition of the heart. And if a man really wants to change, the change is within every man. So we have good brothers here today too. My brethren and them. Irregardless of what people may say or what they may feel, we are all one people. One people. When you look on the newspaper and you look on the television, you see what's going on in the society. And when I say I just talk from my heart, I just talk without fear and without favor. So that's why I would say here today, we are responsible. We play a responsible part for the situation that exists. And we ought to play an even more greater responsible part to correct this wrong. So we have brothers like Chris Bulls. We have brothers like Sean Sandy. We have brothers like Kojo here. We have the brothers from the Beatam. And all the different brothers from the different areas. I know if anybody here from Berlin. They both from down by Berlin and them side of Berlin here, or somebody here for Berlin. Somebody for Paranoid. Screw up. All the different community leaders. This little bit of rain can't spoil all the expensive clothes. And we ought to face it and deal with it. Deal with it as true leaders. Right? A lot of people they say, but there's categories. There are some who's community activists. There are some who's politicians. There are some who do natural work for people. without studying a prophet. Right? Social workers. Right? But at the end of the day, the reality is that we are dying in Laventil. We. And when you speak, and you draw an example, you beat yourself on your leg first before you can beat a man. So nobody will intend to beat themselves on the leg ain't beating me at all. So I beating my leg first. We are responsible. And we have to take up the responsibility to correct the wrong. Because we just take up the responsibility to play the part. So it's straight talk, and I is in living fire, you know. I is in living fire. I just talk from my heart. So men know themselves. We ain't come here to punch out nobody or to ask nobody to make no confession. This is not what this is about. This is straight talk from the heart. And a man, as I say, to bring change, because change is the only permanent thing in this world, you know. Change is the only permanent thing in this world. And to bring about change, a man has to deal with the condition of his heart. So on this point, I would like to call for all the community leaders to come. Chris Bulls, if somebody here for Paranoid, Kojo, Sean Sandy, anybody down here for Sudan and them, Screw Up, anybody from Dan Kelly, anybody from the Terrorists, anybody from John, anybody from Beverly Hills, Canada, fresh down in the Harp in Shafford. Because a lot of people say, and Mr. Joe Lackey would like you to come on the stage, please. Right? And we must acknowledge the people from Mayaro as well. But everybody, there are so many different names and so many different people. So we welcome everybody. And everybody is included in the thoughts. So Chris Bulls, Sean Sandy, Kojo, all the brothers, myself, come forward, please. We want the brothers to come forward, please. Please. We want the brothers to come up here. Well, we are Paranoid. Yeah, we are Sean Sandy. Yeah, man. Yeah, man, Paranoid. Yeah, man, love. All the leaders come forward, my brethren Kojo, come forward, my brethren Bulls, my brethren Screw Up, come forward. It's time where we take that energy, you see that negative energy, where we can hide and plan and sneak up and sit down in the bush to take your brother life. Let me take that same energy and make positive plans and constructive plans and go to Mr. Manning and present myself in black and white as an organized Laventil people and let Mr. Manning know that a couple years ago when the PNM had lost to the NAR and they only had 3 seats, Laventil East and West was 2. And on this same piece of ground, this is historic. This is a historic moment. Mr. Manning said, Laventil, you have been loyal and you shall be rewarded. And I, as the living fire, wait and see Mr. Manning when that time comes when they organize it and remind him about that. Because we reward now. This is the time for the reward that we get promised them years ago. This is the time. We ain't talking about politics and nobody shouldn't be offended with what I'm saying.
More of Sean Francis next week. These are the leaders. Fitzgerald Hines knows about that.
And you know,
Rowley, this wicked, evil man, Rowley, he knows about that. And when Roger Boyce went to cabinet because the money was there, Patrick Manning said, time to develop Laventil. He does not want to see Laventil in the condition that it is in. But in that same cabinet, they fought and fought against Patrick Manning. They fought against Roger Boyce. And Boyce used to come back and tell me everything. And when I hear the kind of names, and this man, Rowley Planey, like African people, people know how evil and wicked you are. Let me go. Let's hear. And Let's hear, because all who speaking are dead people. Dead people who didn't get the opportunity to change and transform Laventil during the days of the PNM. Let's hear Kojo.
For the barriers of God within ourselves, each man here, and conquer the evil thoughts and weak parts that what make a man destroy flesh, crash flesh. Rastafari. Whoever what my brothers and them stand firm for is the rascal gun sharing and the ghetto for the rascal young one.
God bless you, sister.
When it's peace, there's no guns to be around. Next thing, we have to get respect from the system of Babylon evil forces. It's not a speech against a police officer is our brother and our sister, but Babylon is a force that swear against the mother and father to do anything to stand firm for the order of Babylon evil force. And if a man know who kill any brothers and sisters in the ghetto, and even if he's not a police officer, he doing evil thoughts stuff, which is Babylon evil spiritual badness to overtake and demand you take away what is yours, kick down your door and disrespect your young one, and hold a man fast before working for years, never do crime, mind any woman and rascal children, and then he get 2 years, the woman gone astray. That's that spoof. And he going between criminals' mind, who barriers break down, and he pushing evil thoughts, and he will come out of captivity and can't get bail, and his mother and father poor. Oh, let's try and understand man, feel me not that. And that we have to march for after this, to free of us young ones who still lack a certain thing. They'll overcome one little thing, not a pong. That's proof. It's disrespecting our black people, it's disrespecting our country, it's kicking man in the face. I know what. If all of those smoke still stand for it and understand, that's the free way. There are enough men suffering on the throne of street. It's law caused violence and crime here, Dada. It's the law and the system. Since I small little, I'm a vote Pnm. Since my small little, I'm a spiritual Baptist. But when I stand firm as a youth, I see God in all man who stand firm for righteousness. So as a man, I want you all to know to really stay with the love inside. From here, look here, a man from Africa, Ethiopia, anywhere. That's our neighbor. Not no neighbor by no house, his neighbor out of flesh, Rastafari. No matter where we meet, we have to stand firm together. There is good brothers in the community, and there is bad brothers in the community, and they don't want to make it bad. When the governments and all these crumbs in the ghetto to share between about 10,000 people, they send 100, and then the next brother come and he take 95 in his pocket alone and give 5 man alone with guns to watch him back and kill out the neighbor. This rascal thing after done. So, and then foreman say, gang, this one have a clip and clip. I Rastafari all. I don't want a little bit. I want all, everybody to one love. You're bad, Jah go deal with you. I don't want to deal with you. Jah go deal with your rascal thoughts and spirit. Because you have to balance the scale, you know. You're too good, a Babylon destroy your flesh, but you enter the kingdom of God. You're too bad, your soul and flesh, everything will pass away and now come back no time again, Dada. So I just want to let you stay for. Let me stone. See today, we know them brothers and them. But let's chat out all of them. This is some measure we all know they will kill this one, kill that one. We will kill Kojo ride them. None of them will never give a gun, never give no gun to face none of them. Because if I give to one of them a gun, because I face myself, Dada. I'm a pure rebel for myself. Everything I do for myself. I'm not influenced with no rascal.
Voices from the grave. Community leaders who came together under a PNM administration. Some of you ain't know what really going on in this country, you know. Some of you does not know what going on. They kill out all of them fellas and them. They kill them out. Because they want to keep you. When you call and you cuss Gladiator, you ain't know you are a destroyed human being. The same man, the same Rowley, you want to make prime minister, had an opportunity. He had an opportunity to come to that rally, that peace treaty. He blanked it. He refused to come. Refuse. People who live a life of crime, Barry, they want to change their life. They want to transform Laventil. Make Laventil a beautiful place where all the borderlines are over, done away with. That day, look at man, community leaders cry like babies, you know. They hug up each other on St. Bob's Court and they cry, you know. They kneel down on the road. Every area that had a death, they kneel in front of that area and they pray and pray.
And ask for forgiveness for us, but for that death. I was there, Gladiator.
Tunapuna. I just hear some of them people cussing Tunapuna. I just hear nastiness cussing Tunapuna. But Tunapuna, she said she want to be in every meeting to say a word of prayer. And she was called upon to say a word of prayer in every meeting. And she traveled all through and through Laventil to be a part of that peace treaty. It was weeks into weeks. And I couldn't miss a day at all. I couldn't miss a day at all because
Sister Susie was there too, you know?
Yes, Sister Susie. Yes.
Sister Susie and Martha.
And let me tell you,
to be there in that too, you know.
I remember when the first meeting took place at Crown Plaza, Barry. It was very tense. If you see people, because look, man, it gravitated so many leaders from throughout Trinidad and Tobago, La Hawketa, Maloney. Leaders started to come together because it was African people coming together to transform the African community. On that day, the whole of Crown Plaza filled to capacity. Roger Boyce couldn't believe the amount of people that came out. The room was too small. The conference room was too small.
And we moved to another conference room the next day.
I sat down in the audience because I become so claustrophobic. But selling Sandy, he said, where's Gladiator? Where's Gladiator? A man say, look, Gladiator right here in the crowd. So I say, Gladiator, you the leader of this thing here, you have to be in the forefront. And by Sean Sandy, I want to say son. He come, he look for me. He said, Gladiator, I can't go on unless you. Because at one time I said, should I end this thing, boy? Because I want this thing to be genuine. And it's when Sean Sandy come and he cry. He said, Gladiator, I just listen to you every day. And I can't go on unless you come, because you know what happened? What make me sit down in the crowd? People who had a little beef. Men started to quarrel with this one and quarrel that one. I ain't like what you do there, you know. So, you know, I thought the whole thing was going to stop. It was going to end. The whole thing was going to turn into chaos. And I didn't want to see it happen that way. And when the thing was about to get out of hand, because, you know, some of the leaders decided, look, we're going to move, we're going back to the gang warfare. And Sir said the only person could bring this peace here is Gladiator. And Tunapuna, they call him Gladiator. And I went and took the podium, and everything started to calm down. Roger Boyce, as big as he is, he started to cry as a minister because he wanted to see this thing go through.
You could remember who was with you too?
Yeah.
Michael Legaton.
Yeah. He was Michael Legaton.
Michael Legaton protected us on the stage. He cried too.
He was there too.
He was there.
And boy. And it's then when I took the podium and I asked for calm. Yeah. Everything started to calm down. And that meeting went from morning till night. It had break time. And you know, I told Roger Boynes, I said, let's treat them as gentlemen. Don't treat them as low life. Treat them with respect, with dignity. So it had morning breakfast and it had lunch. I'm going to say, back then they was blaming Manning and saying Manning went to the hotel or whatever, but I am the one. I take full responsibility, and this is the first time I'm saying it on national radio. I take full responsibility because I demanded that from Roger Boynes.
Manning was never even there.
Manning wanted this thing to work.
Yeah, but he never was in Crown Plaza.
Not only that, the money was there.
Yes, the money was there.
The money was there to transform Laventil. I want people to know the money was there to transform the hills of Laventil for the African community. Not only Laventil, to transform Maloney.
All the best areas.
All the best areas. They had groups from Carenage
and Gladiator
from Rowley constituency. They had groups from Carenage.
Sean Smokes and them. Sean Smokes and them from Carenage.
From Bagatelle.
It had people from Bagatelle.
They go Martin Central.
It had from all up in
Look, from another time. Let me play.
Yes,
let me play a portion of Sean Sandy.
Conqueror and them from up Lee Platte.
This whole segment would be at this time now. We the elders ourselves, and we had spoken far and wide. But what we would like to hear now is the young men and what they have to say. We ain't bluff with this thing today. We say we're bringing out the youths in the community.
And the program continues here up at St. Barb's, Laventil. I'm Laventil Hill at the Peace March. And scheduled up next, there are a number of young men.
You for this guidance and protection, oh Lord God, Father. Father, you say where the twos and threes are gathered, you will be in the midst. Yes, Father, I'm glad for everything that come here today, oh Lord God, Father.
Right, good afternoon to you, Galen, and good afternoon again to our listeners all across Trinidad and Tobago.
And who want to know
right now, there's a little bit of rain. What's taking place right now on the stage is you can say close to about maybe more than 100 people, or just about 100 people on the stage itself. And a number of the community leaders, or as some would say gang leaders, are one by one individually giving a statement of peace or a pledge to maintain the peace within the communities. And they're just on about the third or fourth member. Sean Francis was the first person, and then they're continuing on stage now. So let's go back to the stage.
Yes, we have Sean Francis on stage. And we have a sister here who fight to make this happen and wanted to see it happen. We just take a word from Twiggy.
Good afternoon.
The mother might end up with a drunken man. Here with your son ball. If daddy was here, you would have done that WhatsApp slap. He in here now. So let me keep it real today. Real. Bull. Fresh, paranoid, from my heart,
community leaders, all the brothers have met and hugged, and it is a real touching, emotional movement here today. Peace in Laventil is what they say, and this moment is indeed touching. Yeah, touching. God bless all our young soldiers. All our young soldiers have taken a position to defend us. Blessing, Sean Sandy just come off and hug up the brother. Yes. Twiggy, a beautiful moment. All the young soldiers. Question, Chris, how you feel with this movement? How do you feel about this today?
I for this all the way. DJ. You know.
This week the people love all your boys. Stand firm.
DJ. Yeah, for real.
Feel touch. God bless you. Fresh. What is your feeling about the vibes?
Yeah, man. Great, man. It real, man. From the bottom of my heart, it real.
We love you, man.
This is yet to come, man. People, listen.
We love you.
Yeah.
Bill. Francis. What do you feel about this vibe?
This vibes are real positive vibe, Shabbos, and it must be have continuation and keep this up. To give it a commitment, to give it a continued support, we could go all over to
always trying and fighting for this bill. So I know today must be a happy day for you. You're always fighting for this.
Yes, it's a happy day today. But what's most important, to understand.
More next week. A period had reached when the leaders came together to transform Laventil. Black African people came together to work towards the betterment and the upliftment of Laventil. But who caused the downfall? Who fought and fight down the African people? Who just did not want the African people in Laventil, in La Hokata, in Maloney to develop? Rowley, Carmen Butch, Camille Robinson Wages, Fitzgerald Hines. I calling out all here because all of us government ministers and all of fight down Roger Boynes. All of you I know, look, it have more coming. All of pretending, all of like Laventil. Look, let me play. I wanted to play one here. I'm playing this one and holding back the rest for next week because the public must know the truth and the games this wicked, evil leader called Rowley, who didn't want Laventil to develop but only want to use them every election period. Your response to the peace treaty and to transform Laventil was let them kill out themselves. Evil, wicked man. And let me play this one here. This game's player.
Yeah, man, because
anyway, I will take calls right after this one here. The lines are open 622-9154, 628-1158, 718-874-3860. Start the dial.
yeah, man, because yeah. And One more thing I want to do.
Otherwise they will take over the land.
Okay, one thing. Just now, I want to say one thing. Everybody's sealing up. Mr. Nunes, excuse me, please. Everybody's sealing up everything. And only know me and Mr. Hines has to be at it. So I feel Mr. Hines supposed to seal it with me today too. Because it's not just brothers alone who shooting the squad's problem. Let me and Mr. Hines seal it. And let me take a sip too, straight. For order is order.
All right, Mr. Hines. We know sometimes you always sing, but we're talking about saying that you and he could hug up today, and we're thanking the brother.
With great respect, I think he's, with the greatest respect, I think my brother Francis is misunderstanding. I am not in any war with you, my beloved brother.
I never said, well, be careful with the English language, Mr. Hines. I know you're good at it. I said misunderstandings.
Yes, well, my brother, my bad.
Yeah, man, one love.
Yeah. But since everybody at it, let me tell you.
Yeah.
I know, I don't believe, I know the power of our people. And I have told you on countless occasions, I have told you, Sean Francis, as one of the people who are very influential in my constituency, that I want love and peace and prosperity. And I always told you that I know you and others have the power to make the change. And I am happy today that you are so engaged. So I have no further misunderstanding. God bless.
All right. And I thank God for this thing taking place today, because with the prisoner and all go be in glory. Glory to God.
Sheldon Scott, one crop, welcome crop. Another brother in the community.
And I know some people would be vexed with Gladiator, but it's around this time that I am going to expose to show you, the citizens of this country, Rowley is not fit to be leader of this country. Yes. Let me go to the lines here. Good morning, caller.
Yeah, Glady, eminent.
Yes, eminent.
I remember them days. Well, them days I now finished school, so I was a little fella in them days. Right? But one thing, I could remember Sean Francis, Bill, because we had we little gang and thing them time. When I say gang, URP gang, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, URP gang. I was the checker, my brethren was the foreman and thing. And one thing Sean Francis used to tell me, and I always will remember that. He say, you see, to all your youth men are not giving all you no guns.
Eminent? Yeah.
Live it, yeah.
What?
He used to always tell me, he say, see, to all your youth men, me and my brethren, he say, I'm not giving all you no guns. I don't want all you living this life. To all you two bright little youth men, I don't want all you in this life. I'm giving all you URP job and thing, and I don't want all you.
Well, Eminent, Eminent, let me tell you this.
I will listen to you off here.
Okay. On that day, when these leaders came together, you know what they all agreed to?
To divorce themselves from URP and CPEP.
They agreed to bring in all all the guns.
Yes.
All the guns. But they never get support from Pnm elements. People who want to be this wicked, evil man. Good evening, caller. Good morning. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, Gladiator, and Mr. Barry.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yes.
Very sad to hear about these things. I remember when it was going on. But Gladiator, when my Prime Minister is re-elected as Prime Minister again, I'd like you to take a copy of today's show and all the tapes you have with that, and give my Prime Minister that tape to help Laventil. If it's like the first thing she has to do is to help the people, and you help them. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Gladiator,
yes,
I love you. Continue with your powerful editorial. And I want to say, long live Ricardo Welch, long live the Gladiator, long live the king of the street 919. Thank you.
You see, we only have a few more minutes, and
Gladdy, this is one morning I could hardly speak. I so emotional about this thing.
Me ain't said a job nothing as yet,
Because I could remember we was in the belly of them things with them fellas.
What I'm saying, the money was put aside,
and cabinet was there was a vote where $300 million was going to use to help start the development of Laventil.
Look, man, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Hi, good morning, Gladiator.
Good morning to you.
You know, I was listening, right? But I don't want to use the term privilege to see, a picture of one of the guys who spoke there dead, and just seeing that picture, people hear someone die, but they don't know the impact of what a gun could do, And so it really hurt me, and it brought back memories, because I remember seeing the actual picture of that guy who died.
Thank you. Morning, caller.
Morning, Gladiator and Barry.
Morning.
Gladiator.
Yes.
Before the development of all what you spoke about and playing that tape, that same Pnm, you pick up my voice?
Yes. Reporter.
Yes. That same Pnm, Mr. Hines, this is Ulrich James, Eric Williams. But we went to them first, brother.
Yes, you was there too.
When we see the people in the area was dying in the daylight, I took deceased brother Sabbath, Lennox Smith, Mr. Sandy, I took them to the Chambers of Commerce because I have friends in that area there. They give me $24,000 worth in sponsorship. That is since in 2002 into 3. Because the thing starts stemming from there, my brother down here still.
Yeah. Quickly,
stemming from there.
Quickly, because we have a lot of callers.
To move around that white car, I had Gladiator. That white car meet every one of them youth before they meet you. Because we had to talk to them, not just so you called me reporter. Because I was always raising with you.
Okay, reporter. We have a lot of callers trying to get in on the program. Good morning, caller. Good morning. All right, not there. Good morning, caller.
Hey, God, I had to go quite America to call you.
Yeah.
Long distance line. Gladiator, before I say anything, I want the souls of the departed rest in peace. Gladiator, that meant is a dangerous thing, You see when you bring back all these voices, they just put me in a zone. Remembering I still screw up right now, hugging me up in Crown Plaza. And go back to when we went to up to Mayaro at Dr. Lucky's retreat. Right? All these guys were together. Remember that big Gladiator?
Yes.
I remember when we went down in the Beatam. Not the Beatam too, but Silat. I remember Beverly Hills. One of the guys said, Mr. Mother, you sit down here to put that chair behind a wall for me to sit. Because they were so uncertain that it was going to work. But we prayed and we prayed. We got on Samaru Village, Gladiator. They were not in. All over the place we went. You understand? I didn't even remember that Mr. Warner. I hear somebody you guys call Mr. Warner named there too. Brother David Mohammed was there. Gladiator, we tried.
Yes.
I was like the mother among these guys. They love Mr. Deck. I love them too. And they really did a good job at Gladiator. I don't know behind the scenes what was taking place behind the scenes among the other party. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was only like the grassroots. So whatever went on behind the leaders and them, I don't know. But I pray Almighty God.
We had to go to the Pnm.
Don't ever experience that kind of thing again in our lives, Gladiator.
Thank you. We had to go. Until next week, we out of here.